Like, world's smartest kid thinks that CERN blew the world up in 2008.
My brightest colleague thinks that CERN caused the global incident in 2008, a rather astonishing revelation. What if I told you there's more going on at CERN than just smashing particles together? What if there's a hidden portal beneath the facility, a gateway to other dimensions where beings from realms beyond our understanding are making their way into our world? It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, doesn't it? Some physicists and researchers believe this isn't just fiction. It could even be happening right now. CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, has always been shrouded in mystery and intrigue, but recent claims suggest something even more extraordinary is going on. Could the Large Hadron Collider be responsible for opening a doorway to parallel dimensions? And if so, what or who is coming through that portal? Get ready for a journey that will challenge everything you thought you knew about reality. CERN is all about the particles and the constraints that govern them. The Large Hadron Collider, or LHC, is the biggest particle accelerator in the world. It's located at CERN, which stands for the European Organization for Nuclear Research. Just below the surface of the French and Swiss borders lies a massive feature with a radius of an incredible 17 kilometers. By smashing particles together at almost the speed of light, researchers are hoping to find out what the building blocks of the universe are made of. What's interesting is that some scientists are starting to think that the LHC might be doing more than just destroying particles. CERN's official mission is to conduct scientific research into topics like dark matter, the Higgs boson, and the early post-Big Bang era. But rumors about the LHC's unintended consequences have been around for a while. Some scientists think the high-energy collisions are creating more than we can see, maybe even opening portals to parallel universes. But what could possibly be going into those portals? So why isn't anyone talking about it? All the strange things that have been happening at CERN. Even some scientists have been intrigued by the strange events around CERN for a while now. There have been reports of unexplained breakdowns, weird power fluctuations, and the appearance of enigmatic characters around the complex, which has led some to speculate that something exceptional may be going on underneath. Some of the workers at CERN have made some pretty scary claims. They say they've seen shadowy creatures, aliens, and other weird stuff during the night. Lots of people have said it's all in their heads or they're just tired, but some people still don't believe it. Is it possible that something is coming through a secret entrance at CERN if these sightings keep happening? Some pretty controversial footage of what looks like a staged occult ceremony outside of CERN's offices went viral in 2016. The video didn't do much to dispel the speculation, even though CERN was quick to brush it off as a joke. Is CERN deliberately releasing something they can't control by opening these portals? Or is it an accident? What do we know about beings that can travel through portals like the one at CERN? Are they multidimensional? Many theoretical physicists have discussed the possibility of other dimensions or worlds that exist alongside our own. If CERN has managed to tap into these parallel universes, the beings that emerge from them may not adhere to the same physical rules that we are familiar with. It's possible that beings from other dimensions could have totally different shapes and powers to us. If these extraterrestrials are made of unseen forms of matter and energy, as some physicists have suggested, then we won't be able to detect them unless they choose to come forward. Could the shadowy creatures and apparitions that have been seen near CERN really be beings from other dimensions? There may well be additional dimensions. Even mainstream science has considered this. For example, string theory foretells the presence of more than 3 dimensions, including time and space. The terrifying question is whether or not CERN has indeed opened a gateway, and whether we are prepared to confront whatever is beyond. What could the portal theory be used for? I think we should look into the portal theory some more. It's not something we hear much about, as we don't fully understand how it could happen at CERN. The idea is based on the huge amounts of energy produced by particle collisions at the LHC. The conditions that result from these collisions are unlike anything we've seen since the Big Bang. Some scientists even believe that they may open temporary portals to other dimensions. Some theories of quantum physics suggest that particles can exist in more than one physical place or state at once. This has led others to consider the possibility that CERN's high-energy experiments could momentarily blur the lines between our realm and another, potentially opening a portal. Entities or energy from other realms could theoretically flow into our world through these portals. I'd like to understand why there isn't more proof that gateways are opening. Some scientists have suggested that these events might be undetectable with our current technology. Some people think that CERN might be holding back on announcing the discovery of multidimensional portals because they're worried about how the public would react, or because they're facing opposition from secular groups. Is it possible that this information is being withheld on purpose? This speculation is fueling ongoing debates and research in the scientific community, pushing for advanced technologies to possibly capture these phenomena in the future. Meanwhile, the intrigue surrounding such theories continues to captivate the imagination of both scientists and the public alike. Hawking was always careful, even when it meant risking everything. Not all physicists agree that CERN's high-energy experiments are harmless. Even renowned physicist Stephen Hawking warned that the tests being conducted at CERN could have disastrous results. But what was he trying to achieve? Hawking was concerned that the LHC could create a black hole or something similar that could swallow up Earth or possibly disrupt the cosmos. The idea that we're messing with forces we don't fully understand is still up for debate, even though many mainstream scientists say it's unlikely. Would it have been more reasonable for Hawking to be concerned than we think? If the experiments at CERN are creating micro-black holes or opening portals to other dimensions, we might be dealing with forces that we can't control. The official line is that the LHC is safe, but Hawking's warning is a stark reminder that research can sometimes push the boundaries of what's safe. Is there any way we can prove that the portal is there? Let's change the subject slightly. How can we prove that a portal exists at CERN? There are some fascinating theories about how we might be able to collect proof in the future, even though our technology isn't quite sophisticated enough to detect extraterrestrials or portals. For instance, the first detection of gravitational waves in 2015 might provide some useful information. Could the existence of a portal be indicated by distortions in the space-time continuum? Another approach is to keep an eye out for any unusual particle behavior. If particles at CERN start behaving in ways that don't fit with what we know about physics, it could mean they're interacting with beings from other planets. In the last few years, researchers have found a few strange outliers in particle data, but we don't know what they mean. Could these be signs of a gateway between dimensions? We don't have proof yet, but the number of strange events at CERN is increasing. Is the proof going to come out at some point? The official line is that the LHC is safe, but Hawking's warning is a stark reminder that research can sometimes push the boundaries of what's safe. Is there any way we can prove that the portal is there? Let's change the subject slightly. How can we prove that a portal exists at CERN? There are some fascinating theories about how we might be able to collect proof in the future, even though our technology isn't quite sophisticated enough to detect extraterrestrials or portals. For instance, the first detection of gravitational waves in 2015 might provide some useful information. Could the existence of a portal be indicated by distortions in the space-time continuum? Another approach is to keep an eye out for any unusual particle behavior. If particles at CERN start behaving in ways that don't fit with what we know about physics, it could mean they're interacting with beings from other planets. In the last few years, researchers have found a few strange outliers in particle data, but we don't know what they mean. Could these be signs of a gateway between dimensions? We don't have proof yet, but the number of strange events at CERN is increasing. Is the proof going to come out at some point? There's no concrete proof that a gateway actually exists, but the fact that scientists are discussing it raises questions about what else they might be keeping secret. Could it be that we're being watched? Things get pretty out there from here on out. What if aliens from another dimension are watching us through the portal that CERN unintentionally opened? Maybe the experiments at CERN got some of the top theorists thinking that there might be intelligent beings from other dimensions keeping an eye on Earth. Some have even said that these aliens might be influencing our history or our scientific progress. No matter if it's true or not, it's hard to ignore the idea that we're not the only ones in this or any other universe. If a portal has been opened, could it be that the latest unexplained occurrences at CERN are in fact encounters with extraterrestrial visitors rather than mere coincidences? What do you think? Could someone be keeping an eye on us, including our most recent scientific discoveries? Could we be accidentally interacting with beings from dimensions we don't fully understand? Is there proof of dimensional shifts in the Mandela effect? Some people think the Mandela effect is connected to the research conducted at CERN. Let's talk about it. The Mandela effect is named after a strange event that occurred in the 1980s. Many people believe that Nelson Mandela died in jail, yet he actually died in 2013. This led many to speculate that other realities or dimensions were influencing our own. Some people think that CERN's experiments might be the reason why thousands of people around the world have been experiencing memory issues. These people say that they recall logos, cultural references, or events differently than they do now. Could these inconsistencies be caused by the huge amount of energy produced by the LHC, which is bending space-time? Even though there isn't any proof, the Mandela effect is still a topic of interest for both believers and skeptics in the scientific community. Could the laws of reality be being changed by CERN? If so, how many other changes might we not yet know about? These possibilities keep people talking, with some suggesting that what we think is reality might be more flexible and subjective than we thought. This puzzle needs more attention and testing to understand what's really going on and what impact it might have. What is CERN keeping from us regarding their secret agenda? It's no secret that big companies often keep their more controversial discoveries under wraps. It's possible that CERN is withholding information about their knowledge of these gateways and extraterrestrial beings. Some experts think that CERN has found proof of these events, but is keeping quiet about it because they're worried about public backlash or political pressure. If this is true, it raises an interesting question. What if the public found out that CERN has connected to other dimensions? When people learn that extraterrestrials exist and possess abilities that humans can't comprehend, how do you think governments, religious organizations, and society as a whole would respond? Even though this could be dismissed as mere conjecture, there have been numerous instances in history where revolutionary findings were kept secret for long periods of time until the truth was revealed. Let's hope the portal at CERN leads to the next big discovery. Could CERN help us to communicate better? Could it be that this was the whole point? If CERN has opened a doorway to another dimension, some scientists think the LHC was built to communicate with extraterrestrial species. This would definitely help to explain why some of the world's top experts are so interested in the project. But there's more to the story. Who gave the go-ahead for CERN to be set up? If the goal was to establish contact, could there be an even more sinister power at work here? Or were these physicists just trying to test the limits of what is known? Some people who believe in conspiracies think that powerful groups are trying to use CERN to communicate with extraterrestrials who may have the answers to our most pressing technological questions or the universe's hidden mysteries. Could this be a revolutionary development that will alter our entire understanding of existence, the cosmos, and our role in it? Ancient civilizations and their connections to the past. There are lots of historical parallels, myths about portals, gateways, and extraterrestrial creatures that have persisted across many cultures and time periods. Stories about gods and creatures moving between different realms have been around for thousands of years. You can find them in the myths of the ancient Greeks and the Sumerians, for example. What if these old stories are actually true? Could the gateways that CERN may have found today be similar to those that previous civilizations may have encountered? For example, the ancient Egyptians believed in Duat, a mysterious afterlife world with certain entrances. The Mayans also built El Castillo and other similar structures, thinking they were entrances to the underworld. Could the experiments at CERN be recreating these old channels, which might allow extraterrestrials to visit our planet? It's fascinating to consider that modern science might be offering tangible proof of what people have intuitively grasped for millennia. Could the entrance at CERN be the latest in a long line of extraterrestrial encounters? What's next on the agenda? What are the implications? What if CERN has opened a gateway and is communicating with extraterrestrial beings? There'll be all sorts of consequences, some good and some bad. The insights we gain from interacting with these extraterrestrials could significantly shift our understanding of the universe. Maybe we'll have new energy sources, technology, and answers to some of humanity's biggest questions in no time. However, we can't rule out the possibility of some unexpected results. Could it be that these entities aren't looking out for our welfare? Our own existence could be at risk if, at CERN, we have opened a gateway to parallel universes and set in motion forces that we can't control. While it's exciting to think about what could be possible, it's also important to consider the risks. Are we prepared to deal with the consequences of allowing access to a parallel universe? Can you confirm whether the portal will remain open? Is it possible to close a CERN portal once it has been opened? Is it even more important that we do this? Closing the gateway could be even trickier. Some scientists say it might not be possible to undo the damage caused by opening a portal to another dimension. On the other hand, we haven't made a decision yet about whether or not to close the portal. What if closing it means losing important information or tools? But what if leaving it open puts us at risk of unexpected threats? That's the issue that CERN may have to address soon. Should we be looking at ways of locking the door to the unknown, given that we've opened it? So that's the big question. Is the portal connected to the strange energy surges? There have been some strange energy surges and mysterious occurrences around CERN's Large Hadron Collider in recent years. Scientists and the general public have both noticed some unpredictable energy spikes. Some theorists think these surges might have something to do with the portal that's said to be under CERN. It's amazing how much energy is released when particles collide at a velocity close to that of light. But what if the gear isn't the only thing absorbing that energy? Could these energy surges be a sign that the portal is becoming unstable or even growing? There have been reports of strange things going on at the same time as these energy anomalies. A number of independent studies have said that there have been unusual electromagnetic disturbances and enigmatic lights in the sky. Is it possible that CERN is, either accidentally or on purpose, supplying these energy bursts to the portal? This raises an interesting question. How much power does CERN actually have over the forces they're influencing? Could these surges, if left unchecked, potentially lead to an even bigger disaster? So where did those strange particles go when they disappeared? Researchers have seen particles that mysteriously disappeared from certain LHC tests. As we'd expect, they disintegrated into smaller particles and released energy, as these particles are typically detected in high-energy collisions. Some of these particles, however, seem to vanish altogether. Could this be proof that these particles are being drawn into a parallel universe?